the British government decided it would reset the dial on what is security and what is not. So they produced a white paper on security in the future. And that white paper has led to an increase of £24 billion on arms expenditure by this country, and led to a cut in the overseas aid budget of this country at the same time. They believe security comes from nuclear weapons, from more planes, more warships, more wars, more threats. I ask the question this: what is security? My security, your security, our security, is knowing we will eat today, is knowing our children will have a school to go to, that we will have a house to live in, that when we need help, it will be there through a health service or a care service. Millions around the world have no such security like that. And if we want to bring about a world of peace, start challenging the issues of inequality, injustice, human rights abuse, and occupations that exist all around the world. But instead, we have a government that's more interested in the vanity project of a new royal yacht, of sending an aircraft carrier to the South China Sea, of sending frigates to accompany it, and setting up a military alliance between India, Australia, and the United States to up the Cold War with China, at the same time as increasing the number of troops on the border between Ukraine and Russia, not only in Ukraine, but in the Baltic states. I am no defender of human rights abuses anywhere by anybody in any country in any part of the world. But I simply say this: if we want to live in a peaceful world, have a dialogue with China, have a dialogue with Russia, have a dialogue with Iran. Start talking to people rather than threatening people all the time. And then, as if remembering the horrors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki is not enough, we then have to think about the nuclear warhead capability that exists around the world. The nuclear warhead capability that Britain has, small by comparison to other countries, but the government is proposing to increase it to apparently more or less double what it is at the present time, with a firepower at least 8 times that of the bomb that took so many tragic, innocent civilian lives in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Does this make us more secure? Will it prevent us getting another pandemic? Will it stop diseases spreading around the world? Or will it just create yet more tensions around the world? And then we're told that we have to be in the mainstream of opinion. The mainstream apparently being the 5 declared nuclear weapon states, plus North Korea, India, Pakistan, and Israel. Actually, those states are in a tiny minority on the roll call of the United Nations, a tiny minority. The majority, vast majority of United Nations member states have signed the treaty supporting a global ban on nuclear weapons to make them illegal. So what's wrong with this country? Upholders apparently of international law and justice everywhere, in breach of international law on this matter, and of course on the Chagos Islands and a number of other places around the world. So let's redouble our efforts for the global ban, redouble our efforts to make sure that the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty becomes something real, and that the declared nuclear weapon states do begin to take steps towards disarmament. It won't be done if we're silent, it won't be done if we're inactive, it will only happen if there's a mass movement for it. So instead of spending all this money on nuclear weapons and warheads, think of the skills of those workers that make those weapons and make those warheads and make those submarines, what they could be used to make, the ships that are needed around the world, the environmentally sustainable transport systems that are needed around the world, that we could go to COP26 and say we are beginning to reskill and redesign our economy by protecting jobs, living standards in communities, and investing in a green, sustainable future for this country and for the planet as a whole. CND has held the flag and held the beacon for so long and done such fantastic work. Despite all the opprobrium heaped upon CND by many of our media and many others, we've always been there and we always will be there, uniting people in the cause and the quest for peace in the world. There can be no better and no greater cause than that. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here today.